Welcome back, hoe bags. So, first things first, I haven't been on here in a long time. There's a lot of stuff that has happened this year alone, but I know I have kind of just dropped dead, to basically paraphrase. But some things have happened and some things have taken place, and yeah, let's get right into it. Let's just go over my entire 2020 so far, because y'all will not believe this shit. All right, so to get right into it, we start with January. We got put onto a medical diet for purposes of lowering some levels in my blood, like triglycerides, cholesterol, that kind of stuff. Cholesterol's great, triglycerides are going great, blood sugar's going great, but the doctor just wanted to make sure that everything was changing in a positive manner. Not only that I was exercising, but that my diet could actually go along with that. So we did that. We're healthy. We're great. Wonderful. February comes along and we all ended up super fucking sick. And sick to the point where, I thought I had pneumonia, bronchitis, and a fucking severe cold all at the same time. Pretty much it was at that time classified as a unknown virus, which we now know it's probably COVID. But at that time, we weren't actually testing for COVID in this state. We weren't even looking for it in this state yet. It was just an unknown virus. An unknown viral infection is what they classified it as. So we went through that. We suffered through that. Comes to March. March comes along and the entire state shuts down. Everything goes to hell. Mind you, I was supposed to be married in March. March 13th of 2020 was my original wedding date. That kind of got fucked up, obviously. And for, good reason, we pushed it off. We're like, you know what? Clearly we can't get married this month. Clearly it's not in the cards. We'll figure it out. So we pushed it back. And shit goes wrong. It always does. April comes along. Nathan, or Fat Jesus, whatever you want to call him. I think I called him FJ for the longest time on this channel. FJ's father dies. So basically my father-in-law then passes away. We have a whole slew of new problems to come about. It opened up a whole new chaotic time in our lives, a whole new depressed time in our lives that we were not prepared for. We had no idea it was coming. It was just out of the blue, massive heart attack, and he's gone. So we now have his ashes in the house. Okay, let's have some closure, let's move on. Let's figure out this new life without him. Unfortunately, it's gonna happen. Parents, they die. People die, and it was unforeseen, and it really took a toll on us. So April comes and goes, and I think it hit Nate the hardest in April when his father passed away, because I had told him that I'd have his father walk me down the aisle when we got married, and obviously that it wasn't going to take place anymore. So he really took it to heart not to have his father around anymore. To have to basically step up and be the man of the family, and to deal with all the crazy bullshit that his dad basically put up with on a daily basis between his mom and his brother. So that happened. And then we go into May. May, it was kind of looking a little bit better. We're getting back into work. The state's opening up. It opened up at the end of April, but that was neither here nor there. I ended up leaving work early that day, but so the state's kind of opening back up. We're starting to get moving forward. We're starting to get shit going. And we're like, yes, this is finally it. We could totally move forward. Let's pick a new date for the wedding, and let's still get married this year, because that's the whole plan. We wanted to be married this year. Well, then we go into June. And not a lot happens in June. It's just kind of wait and see, basically, where we didn't know if the state was going to be open or not. We went to a lot of beaches at that time. We were taking the kids swimming a lot. June and July, we definitely didn't do a whole lot. We tried to stay around the area. We originally were supposed to go to Florida in August, something like that, in the summer, basically. We were planning an entire trip. It was actually in August because we ended up switching it. But in June and July, we were looking into it and we were thinking, okay, well, now that Disney is not really open, and with travel restrictions and stuff like that, it's not the best time for us to be going to Florida. So we have to switch it. Now, mind you, our kids already knew we were going to take a vacation this year. So we had to come up with something a little bit different and a little bit clever. So we decided we're going to go to Wisconsin Dells. It's not that far from us, honestly. It's only like a couple hour drive. We went down there. Everything was pretty much open. Just wear a mask and sanitize. That's all you really had to do. And, we stayed at a hotel. It was wonderful because the hotel wasn't really booked. It wasn't a resort. It was an actual hotel. And a lot of the times we were in the pool by ourselves. We maybe had like 2 or 3 other couples that were sitting in the hot tub together because they were one big group. But as far as the rest of the time we were there, it was mostly just us. And we went out during the day. We didn't really go out at night when it was packed or anything like that. We stayed away from a lot of people while we were down there. We took precautions and stuff like that. So the kids had a wonderful time. We did end up taking them to the Dells, and they did end up enjoying themselves quite a bit. So that was in August, and school starts in September. So September, school starts. We're going fine. Everything's wonderful. The kids are back to school. 4 days in, we got a COVID thing. Kids are coming home. We're on homeschool again. They actually go back again on Monday, and hopefully we can go past 4 days before somebody has a case, but fingers crossed. So September goes smoothly. We get everything going. We get everything switched. We also got a Jeep that we inherited from Nate's father's passing. We got that in May, and we've been making payments on it, and then we've also fucked some other things up, but that's beside the point. It has nothing to do with the vehicle. It's totally on my end, which we'll get into in a minute. So then October comes and we got married. It's simple as that. We literally went to the court, the clerk of courts or whatever the hell it is, county clerk, whatever, filed the paperwork, had friends sign it. We had a little cookout here. We had less than 10 people show up to the house. We basically had a small, intimate wedding. We have another wedding planned, which is where everything is going to go nuts and crazy in the next couple of years because I hit 3 years to plan it out. And I'll explain that in a second too. But me being me, we also have the Jeep payment, the insurance payment, all that stuff. I decided to go ahead and buy Nate a wedding gift, a from me to him kind of thing. And I didn't really get his opinion on it. So we now have a Kirby vacuum cleaner, which is super expensive. Didn't really fucking need it. I don't understand why I bought it, but I knew that Nate hated the vacuums we had, and this fucker sucks everything out of the carpet. I mean, literally, like fucking dust from before we moved in, from when they were working and building the places, is being sucked out of this carpet. It is fucking crazy. So he's been vacuuming like crazy for the last like week. Yeah. And it's been nuts. It's been fun. I'm making the payments on it, totally building his credit up because we're working on getting a house. So there's all that. But yes, back to the whole wedding thing. We got married on the 13th of October, just a small little get together. Not too many people came because we kept it small. Again, because of COVID and everything else going on this year and that terrible crap where everybody's getting sick, we didn't want to expose a whole lot of people. And we also knew that a lot of places were cutting down on capacity. Bars are at 25% capacity. A lot of venues are at 50% capacity, if not less at this point, because the numbers keep rising. And we didn't want to have to go, okay, well, who do we not invite? We had been watching this since, well, we knew back in December that it was coming. We knew because we were watching and paying attention. We knew it was coming. We just didn't know when. We also didn't know that the infection that we had in February, the viral infection, was actually probably the first strand of COVID. And we had no idea about it. They didn't tell us anything about it because at that time we didn't have tests for it yet. So we had all that stuff going on. Now we got married on the 13th, which was the same date, March 13th. We just changed the month. We went to October instead. So now, because I've had to change everything, basically, we are pushing our actual full wedding 3 years out in advance. So we're already legally married, but we're doing like a 3-year wedding where it comes to, we're married, but our wedding day is actually October 13th of 2023. It seems weird and it seems a little fucked up, but in retrospect, it's probably for the best, because when I sat down and I thought about it, and FJ and I have both agreed, we have everybody this year that's had to cancel because of COVID. We have everybody next year who's rescheduling, hoping that they can do it next year because of COVID. And then we have everybody who can't get it in next year going to the year after. So a lot of people are having this issue where venues are booked. Venues are being booked. They're booking up like crazy. And we're like, you know what? We're not going to fight. We're not going to stress. I'm not going to worry about it, because I know that October is towards the end of wedding season to begin with, that we're going to push it out for 3 years. So obviously we're not going to do it this year. We had the small one. So next year we're not bothering, because a lot of people are already booking for that one. And then also 2022, a lot of people are going to be looking into as well, because next year we're not even sure if this is going to be wrapped up by then, if this is going to calm down by then, if we're going to have a new normal by then. So we're looking into 3 years. We're giving it 3 years. Is a virus going to go away in 3 years? No, it's a virus. It's going to be here forever. Is the city going to open back up in 3 years? We sure fucking hope so. At least to a point where we can still have our guests without having to be like, you know what? You're not really top priority. We don't want to spend the day with you, because that's not fair to them and it's not fair to us. We didn't, you know, we're not going to sit there and be like, well, you know what? Listen, does your cousin really need to come? Like, we don't really care too much for him, because if that's what he wants, that's what he needs. If he needs his cousin to be there. What up, boo-boo? So yeah, but Ganja's still happy. He's having fun. He's totally doing good-ish. You just want some pets, don't you? Lots and lots of pets. But yeah, this has been a crazy whirlwind of a year so far. Where, honestly, Halloween, we're not even doing anything with the kids. We're literally having movie night and snack night, and we bought them candy that's hiding in the garage. Because we know already that there's no point. We can't take them out. Immune system's compromised, all that stuff. Having asthma and dealing with this is terrible enough, but now I have children that have, you know, some issues themselves, and I really don't want to expose them to it any more than they need to. So a lot of the time we're here, we're hanging out, we're sitting in the house. We're trying to get back to normal as much as possible, but we're also trying to make sure that we're not getting anybody sick, because honestly, the whole state can't afford it. They really can't. Why? Every time I wear makeup, you wanna lick my face and love up on me. I know. Oh yes, yes. You're so handsome. So handsome. Yes. So handsome. Anyway. Really? Anything else you would like to say to the people? No? Okay. Somebody wants some tummy rubs and probably a bone, because he's all up in my space. So, I have to go. I will let you guys go, and I will see you guys next time. Hopefully, I'm not gone forever. I should be back soon-ish with some stuff. But yeah, so life has been hectic this whole year. We had a lot of shit going on, a lot of stuff with family, and a lot of just crap in general. But we're getting back to normal. We're getting back to a semi-decent routine. So hopefully we can get you guys back in the loop and up to speed between work and kids and homework and all that stuff, where we're trying to get back into this whole YouTube hang of it. But we're working on it. We're working on it. Pardon and forgive our extended release and basically absence, but when a major death in the family takes place, it kind of comes precedent. It took a few months before we could even get back to normal. There's some weekends where Nate is still not normal. He's still having some difficulties with it. And major life events do obviously take precedence before videos, unfortunately. So I will let you guys go. I will see you guys later, and yeah, bye.